Hey guys, it's 146 Empire here, and today I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on how to make custom commas and pauldrons for your clone troopers. Now, before we get started, I'm just going to ask you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this for more LEGO Star Wars content. Now, let's get right into this video. Now, before we start making the commas or pauldrons or whatever you're going to make, you need to make sure you have everything. So, I'd recommend getting a firm surface like this. Then you will need to make a little template of whatever it's going to be. Since we're going to be making a comma, we got a comma template all cut out right here. You're also going to need some fabric. I chose this brown color because it's going to be 327 themed. Then you need a paint marker if you want to draw little designs on it. 327th have the gray lines outlining it, so chose this one. You're going to need small scissors for cutting, trimming, and just doing little corrections every here and there. Then you'll also need a leather punch kit. So I got this big old mallet right here and this leather punch tool right here. This will be used for hammering out the holes for the minifigures. You'll also need some fray check because we don't want it ripping and tearing. You're also going to want a white pencil just to do some little tracing outlines. Also, I would recommend when you do hole punch, get like some cardboard or something, and when you paint, get maybe like a thin piece of paper just so it doesn't ruin the board. If it does, you can probably wash it off, but that's just what I'm going to do. So now let's get started. Alright, so we got our piece of fabric cut out. So now what we're going to want to do is you're going to want to place your template right here on the fabric or wherever. Then you're going to want to take this white pencil and you're going to want to start tracing an outline of it. You really want to make sure that the lines are visible, but not too visible, just to give you a general idea of where it is, but also give you an idea of where not to cut. There we go, just going to make sure I don't ruin it. All right, do that. Now, if it does move around a bit, you can always retry it. You should have a lot of fabric. And look at there. All right, we got the outline done. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take our scissors and we are going to cut it out. So I'm going to give you all a minute to cut that out, and then I will see you in just a bit. Okay, so that took a little longer than expected. I had to do a few retakes, but that's all right. If you don't get it on your first try, yeah, no, it's fabric. You can kind of just redo it again. So what we got here, your little comma that's cut out. It's looking real nice. So now, what you're going to want to do, if you found like some scrap paper, there we go. Just put that right there. Next, you're going to want to take your fray check. You can pick this stuff at a Hobby Lobby. Actually, you can get a lot of this stuff at Hobby Lobby. So if you're near one, just go there, get all the equipment you need. And now, what you're going to want to do is just going to want to add a good helping of fray check. Now, around these areas, you're going to probably want to get as much as you possibly can because that's going to be where you're going to hole punch and where you're going to have to put the minifigure's legs. So it's going to stretch a bit. All right, so we got that on there. Now what we're going to do is we are just going to leave that to dry. It'll take maybe around 30 minutes for it to dry. That'll give you enough time to go and do some other stuff. So I will see you all when it dries. Alrighty, so now it's all dried and it is ready to go. But first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your scissors. If you see little imperfections, like for instance right here, there's like a little string. It's still got some of the fray check on it. Just want to clip that. You can also do this in other sides too. Nice. There we go. All right. So if yours got a little long, you can always trim it down, of course. But now let's get on to the hammering part. So find like a piece of cardboard. You can already see I've made quite a few. And I've also made another video of all the figures that I have added commas and pauldrons to. So if you want to go and check that out, you can. Now, you're going to want to take this. You're going to want to take your hammer. So you're going to want to make sure that you position it just right. It's right. All right. That's good. Now hammer. All right. Now, as you can see, we've got like a little hole going right there. So now, we're just going to want to clip that out. My mistake. Going to want to clip that out. Just like that. Okay. Now, you're going to probably want to complete this 3 other times, and then you will get down to the part of painting. I will see you in just a bit. Alrighty, so now we got that all punched out, and as you can see, we got a few little minor imperfections here, but don't worry, we can buff those out later, and they'll probably fall off when you put them onto the minifigure. But this is what we got so far. So now let's move on to the fun part, painting it. So now what you're going to want to get is like a scrap of paper or something. I'm just going to be using this for now. And then you're going to want to take your comma and place it wherever. Then, since we're making a 3/27th comma, we got this marker right here. So, you can purchase these at Hobby Lobby, or you can purchase them at any other store that sells art supplies. But I purchased these at Hobby Lobby, I believe. So, now what you're going to want to do is just simply start painting lines. Now, I'm just going to show you how to paint a very basic one. It's basically just lines along there. Oh, excuse that. That's my alarm clock going off in the background. Alright. And there we go. So that's what it'll look like. Now, you're going to probably want to apply a few more coats of paint to this, or you can apply different designs if you want. But just let it dry, and then we will see how the final result looks. Alrighty, and here it is. Finished product. Now, doesn't that look great? LEGO sure doesn't make anything like this. Now, as you can see, it perfectly lines up with the printed commas LEGO now puts onto our minifigures. You know, it's really quite unfortunate. It's really just a bunch of simple materials, and LEGO could have given us some really great-looking figures, but they had to go cheap and print it on, which is it's truly sad. But either way, now you can make your very own at home. And if this design doesn't suit you, you can also make your own custom. For instance, you've probably seen this figure in other videos. Captain Fordo, I may have given him a bit more accessories than he actually has, but I gave him a custom striped waist cape to match his pauldron that I also made. Now, if you want to see a video on how to make these pauldrons, let me know down in the comments. But until then, that is all for now. This is 146 Empire signing out. Hope you all have a great day. God bless.